So we're back to Demolition Zone. This is a segment where myths and misconceptions are destroyed. So, Nick, you have created
a questionable tower.
This thing.
It stands.
This thing. And what does it represent? What's the myth that this represents?
So the myth I've gone for is, again, right back to kind of the start of our conversation around the education piece and needing to know where you need to be, or, you know, particularly in the construction industry, I don't think you need to have a particular background or I don't think everyone needs to go to university. If I could go back to be 18 now, I would tell myself, particularly within construction, to do an apprenticeship.
Okay.
You know, I think there's a lot of pressure on young people and the apprenticeships are almost a bit frowned upon, but there's so much good that can come out of them, and, you know, on the job learning in construction is vital. So my myth is education doesn't hold you back, or you have to do one route of education. I think if you're passionate and willing to learn, you'll get anywhere that you need to be.
Love it. So just before you destroy the myth, do ISG do apprenticeships? Yeah,
they do. And the I want to call them kids. They're not. The colleagues that I've got that come off the apprenticeships are unbelievably knowledgeable, you know, and unbelievably disciplined. You know, they work on site. They go to work 7:30 in the morning till 4:00 every single day. They're there 5 days a week. Sometimes at the weekends, if they need to be working out of hours, they're living and breathing actual construction sites, which I think you learn more than learn on paper. They learn professional skills. They learn how to deal with a whole range of different people. You know, operatives can be any age. They can be 16, they can be 65, they can be every nationality. So yeah, I think it really sets them up for a really good future in construction, but also as really, really well-rounded people. And, you know, they're way more knowledgeable than I was at 21. Coming into the industry, not a clue what's going on. So yeah, 100%.
Good. Love it. Well, Nick,
how do I knock it down?
This is your choice. Destroy the myth. How did that feel?
Good. I was scared it was going to hit the camera. I was like, that's expensive kit.
Well, is there anything that you want to speak about that I've not asked you or not addressed at the minute?
I'm going to spin the conversation round and ask you a question.
Go.
You obviously own your own business.
I do.
Very successful. How do you feel that sustainability has changed from when you started out to now, and what pressures do you think have come with that as a business owner?
Yeah, good question. So as a business owner, okay, so they've changed massively. When I first set the business up 2007, the only person that was on my side, as it were, like as in, go on, Darren, this is great, I'll support you, was my wife. Everyone else, Darren, you're bonkers, you've got a really good job, and you're going into an industry that doesn't even exist. We don't know what's going to go on with it. And so to where we are now, and especially it's kind of ramped up after COVID. That's when the significant changes happened. And I think that that's happened is because people connected more with nature and they connected more with each other.
Yeah.
Yes, there was a lot of isolation and a lot of situations that went on in families and individuals that were terrible. But I think that happens irrespective of whether there's a pandemic on and whether there isn't a pandemic on. But I think that people slowed down. I think that people had more time to think and to be more conscious or considerate of the environment
and their
that's around
lifestyle.
them. Yeah, exactly right. My team has not grown.
Okay.
What's happened is my team is just spread out across the world. So we've got people in Greece, we've got people in India,
and is that again because of COVID?
Because of COVID, absolutely, yeah. And because organizations like yours don't demand that we need to come and sit in front of you to give you advice, you're now happy, or your organizations are now happy for us to have those conversations on Teams or on Zoom, happy to have the conversation on the phone. And so it's that credibility element has followed through, whether you're face-to-face or whether you're just on the end of a Zoom call or Teams or something like that, which I think is a lot better, because not only from an environmental point of view is that really useful, because it enables you not to burn fossil fuels because you're not traveling. Also, I think in terms of the work-life balance and your own mental health or the own relationships that you've got with your family, there's more focus on that as well, because you don't need to have that time where you're out of the office for 6 hours a day traveling and then go and sit in a 2-hour meeting. And you've done that before, right?
Agreed. Yeah.
So that has that been a pressure? I don't think it's been a pressure.
Do you feel more pressure now on the range of requirements that are asked of you and your team? Whereas before, imagine the requirements within construction and within sustainability were much more similar and much more streamlined.
Yeah, so similar to you is the people that work with me are more interested in doing a variety of things. But I think at the top of the tree, it's all about impact. And so they know with this variety of assessments and the variety of reports and advice and consultancy that we're giving, it's having more of an impact, which means more to them. And so I think that just the same as what you're saying is you come to work ultimately to make an impact and to do something different, something that's just a bit deeper than just having a transaction and just getting paid. So yeah, that's been useful.
Amazing.
Good question though.
I know. Just interesting to see it from the top level, from, sustainability.
Yeah.
I see it very operationally every day, but not from the necessarily top management.
Yeah.
Perception.
So we're all about just trying to help empower people and just help people do what they want to do. We're not like judgy or anything like that in terms of, yes, there's been loads of times where we're like, if you would have brought us in earlier, we could have done more. Like that is a daily thing, and trying to help people understand that just bring us on, just have a conversation. We're not going to charge you for having a conversation. Just have a conversation, because
you never know what
you can just get so much out of just speaking to somebody that knows stuff that you don't know. But by us doing that, we have found that we help people not just achieve what they want to do, but do something that they didn't think they could do. And that for everybody in the team is like a real kick. That's a real buzz to give someone that they didn't think that, to give someone something that they didn't think was possible or could even happen, or was just outside of their spending, because it makes them look good. There was one project we worked on and it was in Birmingham, and we ended up saving the contractor £100,000. So the guy was over the moon. Why was that? Well, because he went back to his boss to say, hey, we've just got £100,000. They've just saved it.
Yeah.
And that for the team was a huge kick. We didn't say, right, we've saved you £100,000. Now give us a cut of it. Because that wasn't where the joy was, right? The joy is in I've just made you look really good, so you can go to your boss and say, look, I'm good. And he was really pleased with that. So those are the types of things that really make us happy.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much for having me.
Great to have you here, Nick. Thanks for your time. I'm loving the destroyed myth there. I'm
excited to see everybody else's towers.
Me too.
See what people create.
Thanks.